President Franklin Roosevelt received a letter to ramp up research on fission. This wasn't just any letter. It warned of Germany's desperate race to weaponize the atom, transforming fission from a theoretical curiosity into the terrifying centerpiece of a global arms race. Hi, I'm Peter Sandberg, and welcome to Entropy Overload. On this channel, we dive into the fascinating world of physics, chemistry, and all things science. Join me as we take on the ultimate scientific puzzle of the 20th century, the race to harness nuclear fission. What followed was the Manhattan Project, an unprecedented scientific and engineering undertaking. But its core mission wasn't just to build a bomb, it was to master nuclear fission itself. How do you take the splitting of an atom, a concept only recently understood, and scale it up to produce unimaginable power? Before building a weapon, scientists had to truly understand and control the chain reaction. A single neutron splits a uranium or plutonium nucleus, releasing energy and more neutrons. These new neutrons then split more atoms, creating a chain. The challenge, making it self-sustaining, but not out of control. The scientist tasked with this pivotal early phase of fission research was Enrico Fermi, a Nobel laureate already renowned for his work in neutron physics. Fermi was not just a brilliant theorist, but also an exceptional experimentalist, a rare combination that made him the ideal choice to tackle such an unprecedented challenge. His groundbreaking research culminated in an astonishing feat, performed right beneath a university stadium in Chicago. This wasn't just any research, it was the creation of Chicago Pile 1 or CP1, the world's first nuclear reactor. On December 2, 1942, Fermi and his team achieved the world's first sustained nuclear chain reaction. This was absolutely crucial. It wasn't a bomb, it was a carefully controlled reaction within a massive pile of graphite blocks and natural uranium. CP1 proved unequivocally that sustained fission was not just a theory, but a controllable reality, a discovery that fundamentally unlocked the door to both future nuclear weapons and eventually nuclear power. With a controlled chain reaction now a reality, the Manhattan Project faced its next monumental fission challenge: fuel. To build an atomic weapon, they needed incredibly pure uranium-235. Herein lay the problem. Natural uranium contains less than 1% of the crucial fissile uranium-235. The rest is mostly non-fissile uranium-238. Imagine trying to find specific grains of sand, but they all are chemically identical. Recognizing the immense difficulty of enriching uranium, and driven by a need for alternative pathways to a bomb, scientists also pursued a second, equally challenging fuel source: plutonium. This element doesn't exist in nature at all. It had to be entirely created from scratch through nuclear processes. Now imagine making your own sand like an atomic alchemist. This seemingly impossible task fell to a place that barely existed before the war: Oak Ridge, Tennessee. What began as quiet farmland rapidly transformed into a sprawling, top-secret industrial complex, a city built from scratch almost overnight. This was the hub for solving the uranium problem. Through these unprecedented feats of fission research and industrial execution, Oak Ridge gradually began to produce milligrams, then grams, then finally kilograms of highly enriched uranium-235. It was a painstaking, energy-intensive process, but by the spring of 1945, they had amassed enough of this incredibly valuable fuel to build the world's first uranium atomic bomb. So Oak Ridge solved the puzzle of finding that precious, rare uranium sand. But remember our atomic alchemist. That's where the story of plutonium begins. To literally make a new element for their second bomb, the project embarked on an entirely different kind of industrial alchemy in the vast, desolate landscape of Hanford, Washington. Through this incredible journey of controlled fission and hazardous chemistry, Hanford successfully produced the incredibly pure plutonium needed. This wasn't just finding a fuel, it was forging a new one, and it represented another monumental leap in mastering the atom's power for the war effort. So with enough highly enriched uranium painstakingly produced at Oak Ridge, and enough man-made plutonium forged at Hanford, the project now faced the ultimate challenge of fission research: designing the atomic bombs themselves. This critical task fell to the highly secretive scientific laboratory high in the mountains of Los Alamos, New Mexico. Under the brilliant but often tormented leadership of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the final puzzles of atomic bomb design were solved. Within a mere 3 years from the first controlled chain reaction, the unfathomable power of fission was unleashed, fundamentally altering the course of World War II and the future of humanity. The Manhattan Project wasn't just a wartime effort. It was an unparalleled chapter in scientific and engineering history, driven by an almost impossible deadline. The groundbreaking advancements in fission research, from controlling the chain reaction in Chicago to the industrial-scale creation and separation of nuclear materials in Tennessee and Washington, to the precision engineering of weapons in New Mexico, laid the foundation for the entire nuclear age. Please like this video and subscribe to Entropy Overload for more deep dives into the captivating stories behind scientific discoveries that changed our world. But this overview barely scratches the surface of the incredible stories, the scientific breakthroughs, and the moral dilemmas hidden within this top-secret endeavor. Join us next time as we delve deeper into the astonishing events that took place at CP1, Oak Ridge, Hanford, and Los Alamos, the places where the atom was truly mastered.